Good Monday morning. It's the 19th of October, 2020. I'm Guy McPherson of Nature Bats Last. You can find Nature Bats Last at guymcpherson.com. And you're watching on the Nature Bats Last YouTube channel. I'm going to provide a few headlines, a few more than usual because it's a Monday and a lot has happened since last Friday. And then an indication of where the stock markets are headed at the open this morning in the United States. So, start off with a headline from The Atlantic from all the way back to last Thursday. And this was the topic of discussion for the live stream we released Saturday evening. So you can find that live stream on the Nature Bats Last YouTube channel, which is what you're watching right now. And there will be some discussion of this particular headline from The Atlantic. The third coronavirus surge has arrived. And the graphic that is on this post at guymcpherson.com includes a considerable evidence that the third wave is just getting its start, even though we heard very little about a second wave from the corporate media. From CBS News, U.S. reports over 69,000 new COVID-19 cases, the most in a single day since July. And from Reuters, global coronavirus rise by one-day record of 400,000. So it's not just in the United States that the third wave is beginning, it's globally as well. From USA Today, more than 6 million households missed their rent or mortgage payment in September. That's a direct result of the coronavirus crisis. From CNN, as coronavirus surges across the U.S., only 2 states are trending in the right direction. It's not such a bad time to be living in Vermont and Missouri if you're stuck in the United States of fragmentation. From Reuters, this morning, time's up. After a reprieve, a wave of evictions expected across the U.S. That's one of the outcomes from the coronavirus crisis that is ongoing. All right. Among the other outcomes from CBS News, unemployment aid is running out for millions. Quote, people are going to become desperate. And who is quoted in that desperate line? Michelle Evermore, senior policy analyst at the National Employment Law Project, says people are going to become desperate. You will see this pain spread further and further into the economy, and I would argue well beyond the economy. The response from the sociopaths pulling the strings of empire and also playing stock market games comes from this expected headline at the Motley Fool.com. 3 moves to be ready if the stock market crashes tomorrow, meaning today. And this is the 33rd anniversary of the big crash, the last really big crash in stock markets in the United States. And the three moves, the 3 strategies are to get your hands on cash, lots of cash, manage your risk, and play for the long term. What do you think about that, buddy? Huh? Playing for the long term? You think that's a great idea at this point? In contrast, my message is to live every day and appreciate every moment. So the long term for me runs around 3 days. Your mileage may vary. And finally, I have some very good news. And I know that's so rare on this channel that we're thinking about having a party right after we post this thing. Here's the good news. From Severe Weather Europe, La Nina Watch. Exceptional cooling continues in the equatorial Pacific. La Nina now gradually intensifies on time for winter 2020/2021. That's with this winter. It had long been predicted from the peer-reviewed journal literature that we would be right now beginning an El Nino southern oscillation cycle. During an El Nino, heat is released out of the ocean and spills all over onto land, and that could have triggered enormous subsequent changes, and that's exactly what was predicted by a few climate scientists willing to tell the truth. And instead, we've got a La Nina forming. So this is really very good news. We might get another year out of this whole situation. And if you live as I do, as if 3 days is a long time, then a year is a really, really long time for gratitude, appreciation, living in the moment. Make it a great day, folks. It's another day upright. In response, here's what the stock markets are looking at. Apparently, they only saw the news about the La Nina. They didn't witness any of that other bad news that I reported because it's all up. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 70. The NASDAQ is up 90 points. Tech stocks are taking off again. S&P 500 up 17. That's at 9:38, so 8 minutes after the close, plus the 30 minutes before I received the information. So all good on the stock market. Go La Nina, La Nina, La Nina, woo-hoo.